All right, so this video I'm going to talk about an email that my distributor sent me. One of my distributors sent me about how allocations are terrible, yada yada yada, and then I'll talk about if it's still a good idea to make a Pokemon business, because I know there's a lot of YouTubers out there that are like trying to get attention for their video. They want to look like, you know, they have the best advice ever. They want all the views for it. I'll let you know the truth about starting a Pokemon business. All right, so first off, the distributor sent me an email talking about how allocations suck for everybody, including the distributor. The distributor wants more, everyone else wants more, no one's getting anything they want. What's new? And they said that Pokemon they plan these print runs way ahead of time, probably like, who knows, 5 months ahead of time, 6 months ahead of time. 6 months before this, there was no Pokemon boom, there was no bull market. How could they plan for that? They can't. Okay, so Journey Together is not even a big set, it's a small set, and they couldn't even switch things up to print more of it. So I can't imagine how bad Team Rocket's gonna be. But Journey to Nowhere is going to be the most overpriced booster box on release we've ever seen, and I feel like there's gonna be a lot of people who might not even want to buy it. Unless the card prices actually follow the hype, maybe. Like the cards got to be really expensive for people that want to gamble on these boxes right now. Thankfully, there's other ways to get this set. There's elite trainer boxes, there's booster bundles, there's, you know, whatever there is, it's out there. I mean, elite trainer boxes are like the hardest thing to sell to people normally, and it's just like, I mean, those are going to be like $100 a box or something stupid. I mean, I'm surprised the Surging Sparks Elite Trainer boxes got as high as they got. You know, I mean, the whole thing's a mess. And it's just not Journey Together, it's Prismatic Evolution. They just sent that email last month, not an email, they sent that picture out, that newsletter or whatever, last month, talking about how they're going to start printing it more and, you know, be patient, blah, blah, blah. But it's just like, Prismatic Evolutions is not the only one they got to reprint, though. It's like Prismatic, Temporal, Twilight Masquerade, you know, Surging Sparks, you know, everything needs to be reprinted technically, because all of these sets are still used in their game, and as long as the set's still being used and played with, they have to make it available. It just makes it unfair for the players and the collectors and everybody. Everybody wants more stuff from everything, and a lot of booster box prices are ridiculous, which shouldn't be happening when everything's brand new. I know MSRP is like 161 or something, so I guess Pokemon thinks a booster box being at 160 is normal, which is fine, whatever, but, you know, it's just, the whole thing sucks. And by the time Pokemon finally gets a handle on things, the market might not be the same, it might be worse. We don't know when it's going to stop doing this, maybe after the 30th anniversary, because usually Pokemon's pretty hype near the end of the block. You know, they got 12 sets per block. So after the end of this block, who knows what they're going to introduce next block. And it could just start off just like Scarlet Violet base, where no one wants it, all right? And the 30th anniversary probably will be the last thing that caused hype for a while, maybe. It depends. It depends what Pokemon does. They know what to do. They see all the other card games like One Piece and stuff doing crazy things. I don't know if they're paying attention to that, but I mean, they got to be learning something. I mean, what the design of the cards are doing now, it's kind of crazy. And then, like, I don't know, just don't expect much from Pokemon, all right? Just maybe look into other games at this point. I don't know, Digimon's great, Gundam's coming out July. There's other things to do if you're into just collecting in general or playing the game. I mean, I don't have much good news to tell you. I mean, I'm very pessimistic right now about Pokemon, for good reason. All right, now this is going to be part 2 of the video, where I'm talking about, is it a good idea to start a business? No. For Pokemon, no. You're playing a constant game with these distributors, okay? In this email, they described how allocations work. I knew this, but it's fun to see it like written to confirm. They look at the past 12 months of purchasing you've had with them, Plus, they also take into account if you purchase more than just Pokemon. If you purchase, you know, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! Magic, all that other stuff, that favors you. Okay, so if you're gonna be all jolly, whatever, some guy that wants to get into Pokemon and you're in your basement doing this, you're only gonna be buying Pokemon, you're already in last place. You're so far behind. Like, there's no catching up. And the 12-month purchase thing looks great. It sounds like, you know, it's easy, but when Pokemon is doing well, you can't even get a lot of product, so your numbers aren't really going to reflect anything. They're not going to help you. And when Pokemon sucks, no one wants to buy it. You can kind of get as much as you want, but you're not making enough sales to keep that purchasing going unless you're doing something like on eBay or TikTok shops making like 50 cents a box, which is what a lot of people have done. And it, I guess, works, but it's really stressful. It's a lot of work to make a penny or two off a box. And a lot of logistics, a lot of shipping, like a lot of stuff there. So basically, you have to just sell binders, sleeves, top loaders, other card games when nothing's happening with Pokemon. Like, you really want to be involved with that? Like, I started this 5 years ago, and it's still stressful. It never gets easier, and there's never an easy way out. And if there was, everyone would be doing it. Everyone would be a millionaire right now. And it's just like, you can have the most successful Pokemon business, you're going to be still subject to allocations. There's always going to be something not going your way. And obviously you have to be very obsessed with this business to keep on going and pushing through it and be successful with it. So, I mean, there's a lot of people who would spend $100,000 to open up a store tomorrow, and you wouldn't be able to get anything. Like, there's no, oh, I'm a $10 million, I got $10 million, what can you give me? No, there's none of that. It doesn't work that way. If it did, there'd be no product for anybody, because the top 10 people would be buying it all at this point, you know? And every distributor wants everyone to, you know, buy from them. So they're not going to just cater to two people. But yeah, I mean, this business is just wild, dude. Yeah, I'm not trying to lie. I'm not trying to scare no one away. I'm just trying to be like, you know, that's the truth. Like, I'm not trying to get views. But yeah, I'm in my car, by the way, a lot, because I just like driving around at night, and it's like my thinking chair. It's like, you know, Blue's Clues, Steve has his thinking chair. I got my thinking car, and it just calms me down to drive around at night a lot. And I like doing videos in my car too. It's just, you know, because I get time to think about it ahead of time. I don't script nothing. I just have general ideas, and I just talk off the top of my head. So that's cool. But I mean, hey, going back to opening up a Pokemon business, you gotta be really creative to get the allocations you want. You gotta be really creative on what you want to spend money on, because Yu-Gi-Oh people, Magic people, they're not normal people like Pokemon people. They're just different. Every type of collector for different games are just different people, different priorities, different, you know, just everything. Everything is different. I don't know how to explain that in a easy way to understand. I just, you know, you watch other creators like Rudy from Alpha Investments, and he deals with some crazy things because he sells to a lot of Magic people, and, you know, that's his thing. Yu-Gi-Oh has always been so bad. Like, every time like a Yu-Gi-Oh set comes out, I swear the box price just sells for less than the wholesaler price on TCG Player. It's disgusting. I don't know why they can't stop that from happening. It's like Yu-Gi-Oh just ignores everything, and it's just like always a disaster when you get into it. It's just not worth it, but what can you do? I mean, if you really support a store, you gotta buy binders, you gotta buy sleeves. Like, I know Amazon's great. It's like 2-day shipping. It's cheaper on Amazon, whatever, but I don't know. If you really want to see a store or website do good, you got to buy other things other than Pokemon for them. A lot of people just buy Pokemon for me, and they don't go look at the other stuff. And it's like, that's how you know they're only there to buy something, that they're just looking for the deal, or they're a bot, or they just don't. it sucks. It just sucks not having like the extra accessory sales sometimes. And I could do better at probably supplying stuff and whatever, but it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, overall, Pokemon is going in a weird direction. They can't respond fast enough to the demand, which it's going to be scary for the Team Rocket set guys. Like, it's going to be hella scary. And the Japanese is going to go up in price a lot more now because of this. A lot of people will just open Japanese product to get English or anything, I guess. I mean, I've never had this bad of allocations from these two distributors I got allocations from already, ever. And even the pandemic stuff wasn't that bad compared to this. Like, now there's more TikTok shop sellers or streamers. You added two more avenues for Pokemon businesses to create, like, you know, just develop. And a lot of people are just, you know, fire selling stuff on TikTok shop and they're ripping ships, and it's just like those businesses like create more demand for product too. And there's just a lot more people in the business than there was a few years ago. That's all I'm saying. And then you add in the people who buy sports and, you know, whatever else there is, and you're just in a whole mess. And even if Pokemon did increase allocations, like, it's gonna wipe us all out when the Pokemon isn't as popular. It's gonna be insane how much product they're gonna have left over when no one wants it. And then they're gonna take 6 months to reduce print, or 8 months. It takes them a while to react to things. It's just the way it is. I don't know. I guess it's the way it is. But yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say. Peace.